Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what today is?
I do. What is today?
It is Sacrilegious Book Club.
That's right. And what are we covering today?
Today we are starting a new book. We're taking a break from that lecherous son of a bitch Asimov.
Yeah.
And we will come back to that lecherous son of a bitch some other time.
Right.
But for now, we are getting into a treasury of Jewish folklore.
Fun.
And I'm not going to be talking about any stories or anything today. I'm just going over the book itself and the introduction. That way it gives people a chance to purchase it if they want to follow along.
Perfect. All right. And I think I'm actually going to start doing something special with this after we get about 3 episodes in. I'm kind of starting to break our podcast into separate podcasts. So I'm going to create, it'll still be on our main feed, but if you want to follow just this, I will be creating a Jewish folklore, feed for us at some point for this book series. Probably the Asimov one as well.
I see.
But it's something in the works. So
Got it.
yeah.
Sounds
right.
good.
So are we ready to get into this, or did you have anything else to cover in the intro here?
That was it.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
just our podcast?
Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I said, we're getting into a treasury of Jewish folklore.
Uh-huh.
And if you turn inside, it actually has a subtitle: Stories, Traditions, Legends, Humor, Wisdom, and Folk Songs of the Jewish People.
Okay.
It's edited by Nathan Ausubel. I'm probably mispronouncing that.
Sure.
Apologies to everyone.
It tracks with our podcast.
Right. Before I go any further, I wanted to say something about the cover art because it's kind of an amazing piece. It's very odd if you're not like into, I don't know. It's an odd cover, but it's perfectly fitting. What we have on the front is a piece of art by Marc Chagall, and the piece is called The Jew and the Torah. And it's got a guy, and he's holding on to something. It kind of looks like a baby, but it is the Torah.
Right.
There's also a goat, which I looked up this guy's art, and goats appear in a lot of his art because it's symbolic of what it gets sacrificed for sins.
Right.
And he also has what looks like a grandfather clock, and he has clocks in a lot of his art too.
Gotcha.
Now you might be asking, like, why are you spending time on the art? I had a feeling that it was important, so I'm going to talk about the artist a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So again, it's Marc Chagall. He was a Jewish French artist born in 1887, and he's been described as the quintessential Jewish artist of the 20th century.
Huh.
The last survivor of the first generation of European modernists, and he is respected as the world's preeminent Jewish artist.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it is pretty cool art.
It is. It's really interesting. Like, I would love to have a piece like this on my wall because there's so much going on in it. Like, you could just keep looking at it.
We need, like, a Sacrilegious Discourse room.
We really do.
So that we can, like, litter it with things like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just
really
really cool, like, quote-unquote
and, like,
stuff.
Things our fans send us and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just cool shit, you know?
Cool shit. Yeah. So, using the medium of stained glass, he has produced he's dead now.
Right.
But he produced windows for several famous cathedrals throughout Europe and Russia.
Okay.
The UN.
Wow.
The Art Institute of Chicago.
Damn.
The Jerusalem windows in Israel. He also did large-scale paintings, including part of the ceiling of the Paris Opera.
Wow.
Yeah. His painting, The Green Violinist, was the inspiration for the title of the musical and movie Fiddler on the Roof.
Damn.
Right?
This guy's got a nice little resume here.
Yeah. Okay, this one gave me the most goosebumps.
Okay.
Pablo Picasso said of him in the 1950s, "When Matisse dies, Chagall will be the only painter left who understands what color really is."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's high praise.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Chagall's left hand had 7 fingers, and the number 7 is very meaningful to him, as he was born on the 7th day of the 7th month in 1987.
Not 1987.
I'm sorry, 1887. Sorry. And he died in 1985. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, he is like, I was 10 when he died.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
He was in my lifetime.
No, that's very cool.
Yeah. And I don't know, I read over that and I was like, holy shit, I'm really glad that I took the time to look into that because I don't know art. I don't know artists' names. And I feel better. I feel like a better person for having looked into that. And now I know.
Yeah, no, it's a very interesting cover.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, now you know.
Now we know a lot more about it.
Yeah. So I'm going to read some stuff from the inside cover jacket, which I love to do. You
I know.
hate it. Okay, you guys, I should say, like, this is literally how I do books. Okay?
It literally is.
Like, when I buy a book or when I'm looking at a book to decide if I want to buy it, I look at the title, I look at who wrote it, I look at the cover art, I look at the back cover, I look at the inside dust jacket.
To me, it is so painful to watch and listen to.
Yeah.
But that's just me. That's just me.
I know. When we go into a bookstore, like literally it'll take me an hour to go down one aisle.
I ditch you.
And he's already been around the store like 3 times over. And he's like walking up to me several times going, look, babe, look at this. Hey, babe, look at this. Ooh, look at what I found. And I'm like, stop bothering me.
Yeah, you've been perusing one book the entire time.
Yes, because I don't know, books are my thing. And like, I'm very serious about it. And the whole process is very meaningful to me.
Sure.
So if this is boring for you, like, I'm not offended.
I'm sure we've mentioned this before, but we met at a bookstore. We both worked in a
at
bookstore.
Borders.
Yeah.
And that's how we met.
Right.
So husband is not anti-book. He loves books too.
Oh, yes, very much.
We're just on different levels.
Different levels of loving books.
Yes.
But because wife definitely wins the contest of loving books.
It's not a contest.
No, I'm giving you the win there. Just take it.
I'm just putting it out there before I go on because I want everybody to know, like, this is a process for me. This is how I do. And it's not for everyone. It's not for a lot of people. And I totally won't be offended if I get feedback saying, my God, stop. You can't do books that way. Like, I'm going to keep doing books that way. And either...
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
She just has to.
I have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so inside the cover... plus, going over this gives you guys another week to pick up the book. So, no harm, no foul, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so inside the cover, we have, let's see. What does he say? You know what? Hold on a second.
You didn't take as good a notes as you thought?
No, I study and pasted something.
Study and pasted something?
No, copy and pasted something. And I'm like, the fuck did you just do? I don't know what I did. Okay, so give me a second here.
I'm giving you a second.
Interpretive writing. Okay, so something got moved around in my notes. And it's disturbing me.
I gotcha.
I apologize. So he does comment. This book is full of commentative and interpretive writings.
Okay.
That hold a place in the Jewish religious tradition, second only to the Bible. These pieces that he's gathered here come from the Talmud. They come from the Midrash, and I will get into what those are momentarily because I was like, what the fuck are those? Okay. The Hebrew term Talmud commonly refers to a compilation of ancient teachings regarded as sacred and normative by Jews from the time it was compiled until modern times, and still so regarded by traditional religious Jews.
Okay.
So it's
I've heard of the Talmud before.
I had heard of it. I didn't really know what it was and how it fits in.
Right.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about that later too. Okay.
Yep.
But this is just from the inside front cover. Okay.
Yep.
In its broadest sense, the Talmud is a set of books consisting of the Mishna, which means repeated study, the Gemara, which means completion, and certain auxiliary materials.
Okay.
So, and again, I will go over what all that means.
Got it. Yeah.
The Midrash reimagines dominant narrative readings while crafting new ones to stand alongside, not replace, former readings. Midrash also asks questions of the texts. Sometimes it provides answers. Sometimes it leaves the reader to answer those questions.
Okay.
So they're just...
Well, and that's one thing we commented on the other day is that I feel that Judaism, as far as religions go that I'm aware of, is a very inquisitive religion.
It is. It is. And that actually leads nicely into the very next part that I'm going to read here. Okay, I'm quoting from the editor here, okay? Again, his name is Nathan Ausubel. The excitement and variety of these tales make them a delight for reading aloud to children or silently to yourself. The major figures of Jewish history are all here, ranging from the Maccabees to the heroes of the Warsaw Ghetto. So we've got a whole...
Which we're not going to cover much of the Warsaw Ghetto stuff. But...
No. I'm only going to go over stuff that is like biblical times.
Right. But it does go all the way up into World War II.
It really does. And it's interesting. I'm not uninterested. It's just not pertinent to the scope of what we are looking for.
Right. And I don't think we're going to like read this cover to cover exactly. We're just going to kind of go through it and
I'm just pulling out pieces that I will.
Pieces,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. The wisdom of the Jewish people's spiritual leaders is contained in poignant tales and sayings. Okay. And that's what a lot of these additional pieces of writing are, like the Midrash and stuff. But again, I'm going to get into that in a minute.
Okay.
These stories are part of a long and continuous storytelling tradition spanning several thousand years. So most of these tales are things that have been passed down over generations.
Yeah.
Jewish folklore is richly varied and colored with the imprint of the many diverse cultures that Jews have assimilated everywhere through the centuries. Despite the wide dispersion of the Jewish people, these folk tales remain distinct and unified, which when I get into the introduction, which I have not actually reached yet, we're still talking about the inside flap, okay?
Right.
He does go into that a little bit more.
Gotcha.
Most of the old legends contained in this book originated in the Agada of the Talmud and the Midrash, which, again,
means nothing to me at the moment.
It's
very
just,
little to me.
For now, just know it's supplemental material.
Okay. Yeah.
A Treasury of Jewish Folklore is a classic volume that continues to delight readers of all ages. Okay? So, when that was the inside front cover and back cover.
Got it. I love how you read the sales pitch.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
That was great.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, so when you open the book, the first thing you come to is this massive table of contents. And I was intimidated by it first because it's broken down and then it's broken further down and then it's broken down a third time. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I getting into here? But there are 6 main sections. Okay.
Yeah.
The first one is Jewish salt, which I will explain in a minute.
Jewish salt.
Yeah. It's a thing.
All right.
Okay. The second one is heroes. The third one is the human comedy. The fourth one is tales and legends. Number 5, proverbs and riddles. And number 6, songs and dances. We're not going to do anything from that section.
Dances, yeah.
Okay, so now we're getting into the introduction.
We only do those if we have to.
Yeah. And I say no to this one.
Right.
Okay, so now we're getting into the intro. So this is what Nathan Ausubel has written himself. Okay. Like other children brought up in an Orthodox Jewish environment, I was immersed in Jewish song and story as soon as I became aware of the world around me. Years later, I discovered that the lore of my people had entered into my bloodstream, as it were, and had become a part of the cultural reality of my life. Who has not had this experience? Which I thought was like a beautiful way to open, because it made me think, like, I grew up hearing stories, that my parents taught me. And, the little songs, like just this morning or just last night, Abby and I were both singing the song about the bumblebee.
Yeah.
And, I had learned that when I was a kid.
Right.
So it's just, you learn things and then you pass them on to your kids.
Yeah.
So melodies sung in childhood have a tendency to linger persistently and they're, sorry, I can't read because I'm so excited, to linger persistently in the subconscious, and the stories and sayings we heard time and again from the lips of our parents are never really erased from our memory.
Right.
And that's true.
Yeah. We all have different cultural memories.
Sure.
But yes.
And because I didn't grow up in Ohio, but you did, you and I sometimes are like, what the fuck are you singing? Like, I've never heard of that before. And vice versa. Like, I'll be singing something and you'll be like, what is that? And I just, you grow up thinking, what? Everybody's heard this.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, he continues, while my main purpose in compiling this anthology was to present the spontaneous folk creation of the Jewish people, I was also motivated by the desire to recapture the fading memory of the wonder and the beauty that had inspirited my childhood in the old world. And so I began to gather all the myths and parables, stories and legends, the songs and the wise sayings upon which I and millions of other Jewish children throughout the many centuries had been nurtured. Okay. Then he goes on a bit. He talks about all the material coming together that creates a familiar picture of someone as he's like pulling all this material together.
Yeah.
It like seems like someone that he recognizes.
Okay.
And he goes, before long, I knew with certainty whose portrait it was. It was the composite portrait of the Jewish people. It basically, everything that he was creating was like the quintessential Jew.
Right.
And it amazed him that that was true because he was gathering these from Jewish people from all over the world and all different backgrounds.
Right.
So he was very surprised about that.
Yeah.
How could there have emerged such a remarkable unity from all this variegated mass of folk materials? For one thing, Jewish historic experience has been disturbingly similar in so many ways, in every age and in almost every land of the diaspora. Okay, so
yeah,
that I just thought that was cool. Like he's putting all this together and doesn't really know what he's building until he's built it.
Right.
Jews became an intellectual people not because of any innate mental superiority over other peoples, but because of their peculiar nature of their history. In large measure, this tradition was derived from the religious obligation of every Jew to study scripture ceaselessly, for it must always be kept in mind that Judaism was cradled in a theocracy, a priest state. Studying was not only unprecedented in its mass scope in the intellectual history of mankind, but within its limited religious framework, it represented the most democratic philosophy of education in antiquity.
That's interesting.
Right?
And actually lends a lot of credibility to what we said about how they're very inquisitive about their own religion and everything. So,
and that is exactly correct.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
So what we had suspected and what we had thought just based on what we've gleaned from our limited experience of the Jewish culture, yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
This universal duty to study as a religious act broadened the base of Jewish culture and in consequence elevated it. So he's like, we're not smart because we're smart. We're smart because we read a lot and we ask questions and that makes us smart and then we are smart.
I mean, duh.
Right? Like, I love that.
I mean,
I don't know.
I have the only point of contention I would have is the material that they're reading.
Yeah.
That's the only point of contention I have here.
Right.
But other than that, yes, I would agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. Okay, he continues, despite the tragedy of their historic experiences, Jews have always been life-affirming, or they could not possibly have survived the ordeals they had to go through as a people.
Yeah, God put them through some shit.
Yeah, he did. In fact, if anything, their troubles made indestructible optimism of them. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like it's backwards to what you would expect.
Right.
Their laughter had to be an affirmative and defiant answer to the world's cruelties, a mellowing agent which helps draw the sting of grief from tragedy. This mellowing humor may very well be called Jewish salt. And that's the first section of the book.
Right.
And so I was like, what the fuck is that? Well, Jewish salt is based on a phrase called Attic salt. And I was like, that's nice. What the fuck is Attic salt?
Right.
It's a poignant and delicate wit, a dry, shrewd, or pointed, or cutting, or subtle humor.
Got it.
So it just means like a smart sense of humor, like sarcastic, dry, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
In classical times, salt was a frequent metaphor for the word wit.
Gotcha.
So that's where it comes from.
All right.
Okay. So that's why the first section of the book is Jewish salt.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Which I'm so glad he explained because I was like not understanding at all what that was about. And I had started reading some of them and I was like, there's no salt. I don't understand. What is this?
Right.
Okay, he continues, many Jewish legends and folk tales are suffused with a deep sadness, but somehow the sadness rarely degenerates into despair or even self-pity. Almost always it bears within it the saving grace of catharsis, of the ennoblement of grief in the steadfast spirit, of moral triumph in the righteous even in defeat. So it just is saying more about their positivity, and but also their longing for justice.
Right.
Like, not justice like vengeance, justice like a just world. A world where there is justice.
Right, right.
So he goes on to say, the years of labor which have gone into the preparation of this work will be more than rewarded if it will reveal to the Jewish reader the existence of the little-known cultural treasures of his people, and in consequence will fill him with the sense of human dignity and worth that is his birthright. To the Gentile reader, which that would be us. Yeah.
Or Gentile.
And, yes, we are Gentiles. And our followers, the majority of them will be as well.
Right.
So to the Gentile reader, Jewish folklore addresses itself with its myriad implications because it is but a colorful part of the kaleidoscope of universal culture. While it makes plain the common humanity of all races and nations, and thus draw them closer in the bonds of brotherhood and understanding.
Wow. That's
right?
Such a great sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought, that's so nice.
It was,
right?
It was nice.
Okay, so the Pentateuch, this is where I started taking notes, because I was like, okay, can you just explain what that fucking Midrash thing was for a second?
Right.
And what the Talmud and all this shit, okay?
Yeah.
So the Pentateuch is the law, right? The Pentateuch is the first 5 books. That's all it means.
Sure.
And those 5 books are
the Talmud.
Torah and the law.
Okay. All right.
So it's not that Pentateuch means law. It's that Pentateuch means 5 books. Those 5 books are Torah, the law.
Right.
Okay. The scribes who succeeded Ezra added the Mishna, a second body of law. So that's called second law.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what the Mishna is.
Okay.
The Gemara, which means doctrine, or as it's normally called, the Talmud,
okay,
which means explanation, was added as a commentary and interpretation.
Interesting.
Okay?
Yeah.
So these have been passed down, like they were gathered for centuries and added to and edited and redacted and
much
all
like
of that.
the Bible,
much like the Bible itself. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it's supplemental material.
Right.
Okay? Now, there were 2 Talmuds, which I found very interesting, because I barely knew about the one, much less 2.
Right.
There was the Babylonian Talmud, which would be the more important one because it came earlier and gathered more. But the one that was the last one with a final redaction was the Jerusalem Talmud. And that's the one that we use today, even though it's incomplete. It's missing 24 treatises.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's believed that those have just been lost to time.
Got it.
So, okay. Both contain 2 parts. Both of the Talmuds.
Right.
Okay. Contain 2 parts. The halacha, which is judicial interpretation of the law, and Agada, which is ethical and poetical interpretation of the law via storytelling.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the Agada.
Sure.
Of the Talmud.
That's interesting, because they're actually kind of saying that laws are not strict. They're like you need to take more into account.
Well, they're saying that here is the law, and over here is a book that explains it, and over here is a book where we talk about it, and over here is a book where we tell stories and parables.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just all different ways of interpreting and explaining and questioning the law.
Sure.
Okay? So the law is Torah, second law is Mishna, explanation is Talmud, sometimes called Gemara, and commentary is the Midrash, which it contains art and more commentary. Okay? Now, most of the stories and stuff that he has collected will come from the Agada. That's the ethical and poetical interpretation.
Okay.
So that would be the parables, the folk tales, the lore, the legends.
Got it.
So we will be mostly reading from the Agada.
Okay.
So
interesting.
That is what I bring to the table today.
All right.
And now you have another week to get the book. I, again, ordered these off of, what is it called? Thrift Books. And they arrived in less than a week. And I had ordered 2 other ones along with this one.
We need to talk to them about sponsoring us.
We really do. I love them. They're fast. They, if they don't have the book, they put you on an email list. They'll contact you when they get it. Their prices are phenomenal. Their shipping is, if you spend $35 or more, I think you get free shipping.
My God, you're doing an ad.
I love them, and I will go out of my way to support companies that I love.
Right.
So,
yep.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's fine. It's fine.
All right. So that is once more a treasury of Jewish folklore, edited by Nathan Ausubel, Ausubel.
All right.
And I hope y'all pick it up and read along with us. And I will tell you ahead of time what we will be covering, which next Sunday will be, we will pull some stories from that first section, Jewish Salt.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And we will be back. Well, we got our weekly roundup today, our weekly replay today.
Yes.
And then tomorrow we're going to be back with
First Chronicles chapter 21.
Yes, that is correct. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second.
I know you were like shaking your head, and I was like, then I don't know.
All right, guys, we'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.